Alright, I'm here. We are going to be continuing the first Descendant. And yesterday, we officially began research on... I want to see if someone will high-five me. Nice. The cooperative emotes in the game are genius. The fact that they have that functionality in the game is very, very good. So we are coming up on... I don't have any sprays. We are coming up on unlocking Sharon. And we have 19 minutes remaining. We just got the restored relic. Ultimate weapon. That's it. I'll have to look at what that unique ability does. Crammy, welcome. You've been grinding Epic Lepic? Epic Lepic? Yeah, Ultimate Lepic is a... Any of the Ultimate Descendants are going to be a grind. A grind within a grind. You grinded out 3 Thunder Cages? Nice. Let's get these... crafting. I'm probably going to be going for control axis if I'm like in a situation, because you can only do 5 at a time, right? If I'm in a situation where I'm between control axis or phase exchanger, I'm going to go with the control axis, because rerolling attributes, as far as I can understand it, is going to be more valuable. That's kind of my decision in that regard. But yes, all of the Ultimate Descendants are going to be quite the grind. And admittedly, I mean, people can grind for whatever they'd like. I am personally going to be grinding for Blair next. We got Freyna, we got Sharon. So the order of our Descendant unlocks has been Viessa as our starter, then Bunny, then Freyna, then Sharon. To get Blair, we're gonna need to go back to the Haven. So let's start that up for the Blair Spiral Catalyst. We did also successfully beat the Swamp Walk. So now we're at the point in the story where, yeah, I guess I could talk to the... We'll progress the main quest. I want to get a Blair roll in before we start. Ooh, matchmaking taking a while. Okay, there we go. Yeah, so 3 Thunder Cages. You can upgrade your Thunder Cage a total of 4 times. And that is wise, because the Thunder Cage is, as far as I can tell, the weapons. Oh, I forgot to check out... let me check that right now before we go any further. The restored relic. Ooh, guided round? Ancient fire. And that does firearm damage. Oh, this thing is sick. Yeah, I'm gonna need to use a phase exchanger on that. Yeah, the Thunder Cage is decidedly the best, like the best grind weapon, early game grind weapon for sure. Now, as to what we're gonna unlock in terms of grind weapons moving forward, we'll see. But another factor of the Thunder Cage is that it's a submachine gun. It works very well on Bunny because it doesn't limit your speed too much. Unfortunately, with the way Bunny works, it's gonna be hard to justify the use of it, and it's the way the game is structured with the high-powered rounds. Like, you're not gonna want to use a weapon that relies on high-powered rounds as your main weapon. It really does go like general rounds as your primary, special or impact, the orange or the green as your secondary, and then purple as like your backup massive instant high damage weapon with the launcher or sniper rifle as your third weapon. But yes, the Thunder Cage is decidedly the best early game grind weapon because of its special unique ability, which has a 70% chance to create an AoE electric bubble over any enemy that you defeat. And that is very good. At first, I mean, of course it seems, oh no, they pushed us back into it. No, dude. No. I rolled into them and then I got pushed back into the laser beam. I don't think you can do that in one. You might have to go one and then the next. I've gotten a hit on that every time. The trap balls are by far counter to Bunny. It feels like they're resistant to electric damage. I don't think so though. But they also do damage when you're in melee range. And Bunny, as far as the way I'm building Bunny is close to a melee character. In which case, I really do need to get better at using my pick, my cooldown, my sub attack. Get zapped. Yeah, this elite tracker just has a ridiculous amount of health. Damn. I don't know why it has so much health, but every time I do this, like, we get hung. Oh, we're only doing this with 3 people? Oh, man. They're getting it over 500k DPS? Oh, nice. Yeah, I mean, yes. Depending, like, if you get to the end game and you are getting, we're at 64,000 to put that into perspective. Hold on, I'm dropping frames. If I drop more frames, I might have to reset my connection. If people are pushing into the hard mode of the game, like, you'll get into the over 100,000 DPS. 20% drop chance seems closer to a 5. It does, and honestly, there's a part of me that, like, I don't know. I don't want to jump to any conclusions about the drop chances. I don't want to say anything that is untrue, simply untrue. So I'm going to be careful about what I say when it comes to the drop chances. Yeah, this is the last section. And then we fight Helldeer, which is like a sniper boss. Yeah, getting respawned here actually cancels my lightning emission. I did hint at it last stream as to my opinions on the on some of the 20% drop chance items. But I'm going to be careful with what I say, and I'm simply gonna leave it with it is a pure RNG drop chance, right? And when you're dealing with pure RNG, it could be a 90% drop chance and you'll have to do it 5 times. You know what I mean? Like that is what happens when you're dealing with pure RNG. And 20% in the grand scheme of things isn't that high of a drop chance. Like 20% is actually pretty low, all things considered. Yeah, Bunny's ultimate ability is very good. You might struggle on the bubble phase here. The bubbles on this character, based on what you are shooting at, there's a shield on some. It's actually difficult to see the shield. They turn white. When they have like a white glow, that is when they're immune. It changes rapidly. And if there's only one left, there's a chance that it'll go immune, and I can't aim up any higher. Dude, are my teammates even shooting that? Come on. Yeah, it's difficult. It's difficult. I was missing a whole bunch too, so we're playing with 3 people, so running out of ammo? No, we're good. I don't know if this boss is resistant to electric damage. Max DPS, I think, on the bubbles is going to be from lightning emission, because deciding which one to hit is like, it's very difficult. I'm gonna get sniped. Yeah, there, they fired. GG's, GG's. Yeah, that wasn't so bad, even with 3 people. I think it, someone said it doesn't scale. So like if you have 3 people, it's not the same difficulty as if you have 4. Sometimes I'll spend 1+ hour on farming an item and the mission takes 3 minutes. Yeah. I mean, I said it early on in my streams. Like, we're trying to get Blair Spiral Catalyst. We didn't get the drop. But we're luckily getting this amorphous pattern for Lepic and Ultimate Viesa. which is like the double tier grind. I also have the Little Bear. Don't remember playing it, but I may have. Wait, don't remember playing what? Are you talking about the Little Bear as the chest attachment? Yeah, the chest bear you get is a part of Bunny's backstory. Her mom makes her a teddy bear before she died. And they give Bunny the teddy bear her mom made her before she died as her birthday gift. And that's the chest attachment. And we also learned that Bunny doesn't actually like bunnies. 4 minutes on Sharon. The one on your back with the drink? What are you talking about? The backpack? This is... You get this from challenge. Like, I think pretty much everyone gets this. If you play this game for like a couple hours, you get this backpack. And then as for the chest attachment, old teddy bear, a symbol of everlasting love. Yes. But it's like Bunny's backstory is kind of a meme because it's like she adopted the name Bunny, has bunnies on her suit, but she doesn't actually like bunnies. Like, what? Oh, I forgot to turn on the dialogue. There is no way, as far as I can tell, to turn on dialogue after you start a dialogue. There's no way. I'd have to skip it. And there's also no way to go back and re-listen to old dialogue or old missions. So we know that they're inverting the Ironheart. That's... the last cutscene we experienced, we like absorbed and closed the dimensional portal. But yes, I keep the audio off, the voice volume down.
If it's new research, I'm listening.
When I'm doing the special operations over here, because we did Seed Vault like 10 times. We did the Asylum 26 times. The Bear Cub one you get from playing in 2023. I have it, but I don't remember playing back then. There's a Bear Cub backpack. Oh. Bear Cub back attachment. Are you talking about... Oh, this one. Okay, yes. The polar bear, they gave this to all players. So this was... And it's a little bit like... Some people were a little salty about it. I personally don't care. So the story behind the Bear Cub backpack is that it was a open beta, open crossplay beta reward from September of 2023, which you got as an exclusive alongside this. You got for playing, like, you pretty much anyone who did it. The Trendsetter face cosmetic, the head skin for Bunny, you got for leaving a feedback survey. But what they decided to do was they gave it to everyone. They gave it to everyone. So it is no longer... I don't know if they're gonna always have it that way. I don't know exactly what the conditions are. I think you may have had to play on release during the server instability. And they gave this to everyone who experienced the server instability and whatnot. But yes, I think anyone who plays the game gets this. I can check the news in game. There is like there is a way to check the patch notes. But yes, that's as far as I can tell when it comes to that. So if you didn't play the crossplay, yes, the head skin as well. Yes, both the crossplay beta rewards were given to everyone.
First of all, the guide's operational plan provides many tactical advantages. The majority of the Vulgus forces have already been dispatched to the White Knight Gulch, and Corel isn't
Yes,
aware
all
what
of the
happened in
exclusive
Haggard, thanks to the
rewards
long-range
that
jam
people
signals
got
established
for
by
doing
Chamber.
the
If
the
this
betas
situation continues, we
have
will
been
be
given
able lay
to
siege the
everyone.
fortress, and Corel will be none the wiser.
That bothered some of the
There has never
people
been a
who
more ideal
played the
moment to attack the
crossplay
Vulgus
beta
fortress
and
since
the
beginning
beta
of this
even
war,
before that.
and the chance may never come again.
But
However, if our goal is not just to attack, but to destroy an Ironheart,
I personally, I don't care.
if we pull back our forces from the White Knight Gulch and behave as if we have another strategy in mind,
Like, I'm not one of those people who's like, oh, it should be an exclusive.
we
I
will be
played the
full
crossplay
weight
beta.
of the
I
order,
don't care.
much like how Corel ensnared us with the White Knight Gulch operation. In other words, this is a plan that requires someone willing to face death, to act as bait, all while protecting the Ironheart and distracting Corel. I realize I am asking for someone to sacrifice themselves, and as commander,
And honestly, I mean, if I'm gonna voice my very honest opinion,
Someone volunteers.
Enzo,
if it gets people more interested in the cosmetics in the game and people buy cosmetics, I don't necessarily see anything wrong with that. When it comes to cosmetics in free-to-play games, I don't see anything wrong with cosmetics. I only see things wrong, especially when it comes to pay to win in PvP.
Do you need anything? Supplies?
But to be clear, they monetized everything in this game.
Alpha, the Descendants can act as bait. If we deploy an unprecedented number of
And
Descendants to the
I've made
front,
my
that will be more than enough
personal
to distract
recommendation very clear. Like, I do
Corel's
not
also
recommend
aware that the
putting
Descendants are
money
humanity's
into this
last
game
hope, so he's going
until
to
at
relish
least
trying
next
to
season,
squash our
and then
last
I'll be
stand.
able to
He's
reevaluate that
approaching
decision.
slowly, like a dark
I
cloud
personally
without
got the
warning.
battle pass for
That
$10,
shows that he believes he's already
but I
won
do
the
not
war.
recommend that for the average
And
player.
with Corel's attention drawn elsewhere, if we send some of the Descendants to the Vulgus Fortress and destroy the Ironheart,
And by
be
average
able to
player,
turn
I
the
mean,
tide of
you're going to
war.
get people who put hundreds of hours into this
manifestation
game
of
in the
Arcane
first month.
Descendants
I
doesn't
currently
just
have
mean we have to
61
be
hours
powerful
in game.
weapons.
And I
As
think I've been
humanity's
playing
last
pretty
hope, we
casually
should sow the seeds of victory.
at a pretty,
The
like,
majority of the
casual
Descendants,
pace.
including
So
me, will engage in battle at the White Knight Gulch to buy some time. While Ajax, his team, and the rest of the Descendants will be deployed
the
to
last
the
time I went
Vulgus
over the battle
Fortress.
pass, I pretty much made it
Waiting your
clear that,
approval,
like,
Alpha.
the way the battle pass is structured,
you win. Carry out
they
the
clearly
operation.
put caliber
Let's
on
get
it
this done and destroy
um,
the Ironheart. On
to
one
get people
condition.
to think like, oh, okay, it's $10, it's 500 caliber, you get 300 back, so that's like $6-ish dollars in return. So the battle pass is only really $4. Like, no, you have to get all the way to level 95 on the battle pass.
Wanted to have a go at
There are
Corel.
50 days remaining.
Get in line, kid. There is a line, you know.
I'd like to cut in front of you as well.
Enzo, please take care of yourself. Remember our promise.
There's no way I'll forget. Don't worry. We'll win.
Enzo's promise to Nell subplot story. I'm pretty sure Nell is not a Descendant. Like, they're not going to be a playable character. As far as I can tell, the only thing that's been hinted by the community has been the potential for Luna to become a playable Descendant in the future. That's all I know. That is not confirmed. That's pure speculation. But yes, so that is my take on the battle pass and the monetization. Yes, we need to use our sub attacks. I don't know where to get metal accelerants. Everything else on this challenge list, we're just going to get by playing the game. Some of them are going to take some time, though. I think my opinion on the structure of these challenges is very valid. You get 6 challenges a day. 4 of them are relatively easy. And then 2 of them are, you have to go out of your way. Like, you're not going to just be able to do missions. You have to really use your sub attack. You have to go and find metal accelerants. Dismantling weapons, you do that constantly. Defeating enemies by targeting their weak points, you do that constantly. Completing an infiltration mission, constant. Clear mission, constant. Metal accelerants and sub attacks, those you have to pay attention to. So 4 of them are easy, 2 of them are more complex. And honestly, as far as daily challenges go, that's a pretty decent structure. But people are going to look at the battle pass and be like, oh, there are 50 days left. Like, when it comes to gaining the, like, I've been playing the game pretty much every day since release. I'm only level 20. It is important to recognize that there are the seasonal challenges and the weekly challenges. So once we get a fresh batch of weekly challenges, then we'll get a nice bump to our season level. But these season challenges, we are definitely progressing. Pretty much every single one of these. Every single one of these we've been progressing. This is going to be the ultra intercept battle grind. Metal accelerants are quite easy to get. I have 3K. Interesting. Where do you get them? I'm pretty sure I could find that out. Crammy, if you want to group up and do like certain grind stuff, I'm still progressing through the main quest. If there are any missions that you want help on, or if there's anything you think that it would benefit both of us to like work on together, I'm down. And yes, we have the research is officially done for Sharon. So we are coming up on being able to use Sharon. The momentous occasion.
The special human child.
Yes, we have unlocked Sharon. It is official. Oh, in Sterile Land? Okay. Thank you. I appreciate you letting me know. Nice. But that's kind of what I'm saying. Like, you have to go to the Sterile Land to get this. Like, if you're just cruising, not thinking about challenges, like, you may not actually complete that daily challenge. I really don't want to craft more of these because I don't want to use those resources. This synthetic fiber, this blueprint is a common drop in, I can't remember exactly which one. It might be Stunning Beauty, one of the Void Intercept battles. But now we can actually use Sharon.
Can't see me.
So let's go over Sharon, the Assassin in the Shadows. Her Q ability Cutoff Beam inflicts damage and electrocution on enemies in front of Cutoff Beam. So it's like a wide swipe. Yeah, electrocution deals continuous damage. It counts as a debuff. So that's important. And it's an electric fusion ability.
The Vulgus can't see me. Why?
second ability, active
Because
camouflage.
iced in their blind spot.
So that'll completely de-aggro Electric Dimension. Activates active camouflage, which hides self from enemy sight. Attacking an enemy while in this state immediately ends active camouflage and activates ambush. So, outgoing damage increase. You get 70% increase to damage when you attack an enemy
The Vulgus
coming out of
can't
active
see
camouflage.
me. Why? Because iced in their
Shock
blind spot.
Nuts, Electric Dimension, fires built-in impact rounds from the arm forward, inflicting stun. And I don't know if stun counts as a debuff, but if it does, that's very good. It probably should. Like, just like electrocution, stun is a
The
debuff.
Vulgus can't see me. Why?
And then
Because ice
Flash,
in their
Short Sword, Electric Fusion. So they are Electric Fusion, Dimension, Dimension, Fusion. The Thunder Cage can have 100% chance to do the Shockwave thing. That's amazing. Is that what happens when you upgrade it using more Thunder Cages? Yes, Flash, Short Sword. I used Sharon briefly in the crossplay beta.
Because iced in their blind spot.
Generates multiple short swords and fires them at a designated target. Hit enemies take burst damage and are inflicted with electrocution. So that also provides a debuff. Fire using the attack button and cancel using the aim button. Canceling does not trigger a cooldown. Okay, nice. So if you line this up and you're like, oh, I don't really want to use it, you just right click.
The Vulgus can't see me. Why? Because iced in their
Crafting my
blind
third
spot.
one? Nice. Yeah, that's definitely something I can do. And then passive, Assassinator. When in ambush state, killing an enemy by using a skill resets the active camouflage. This effect gains cooldown. So you can't just keep going camouflage, ambush, camouflage,
The
ambush.
Vulgus can't see
The
me.
cooldown on this is 42 seconds.
Because iced in their blind spot.
But depending on how you use it, what it allows you to do is you can go into camouflage, ambush. Killing an enemy using the ambush will allow you to reactivate camouflage. The thing is, active camouflage only lasts 4 seconds. This has a 42-second cooldown.
The Vulgus
So,
can't
interesting. Yes, we are now using Sharon. We still have to level Bunny up. And as far as
The Vulgus
using Sharon
can't
goes,
see me.
Bunny,
Why?
we have the energy
Because
activator
ice-
and the two crystallization catalysts. So we changed, as far as their modules go, Bunny's module slots, we've added 2 of them. Sharon, we don't have any. But we do have Battlesuit Melting Rounds Transcendent, the Transcendent module. We can farm some parts if you're keen. Sure. I am leveling Sharon. I am progressing into Fortress. As far as the Thunder Cage grind goes, I admittedly have not investigated that too thoroughly. But that does sound like a good idea. So this modifies to stackable skill, decreases the enemy's electric resistance instead of stunning them. Okay, so if I had to guess, because the wording of this is very strange, and clearly the translation from Korean did not go well here. So decreasing the enemy's electric resistance instead of stunning them the only ability that Sharon has that stuns is shock nuts. So if I am to infer what they mean by this, it's that shock nuts no longer stuns. It instead decreases the enemy's electric resistance. Yeah, so modifies to stackable skill it's like a nonsense. It's a nonsense sentence in the English language. What does that even begin to mean? And it makes me really wonder whether a native English speaker actually looked over these and was like, yeah, we need to figure that out. Because modifies to stackable skill doesn't actually make sense. But I think we can infer that that's what this does. It makes shock nuts, instead of stunning, because there's no other ability that Sharon does that stuns, right? So we're going to infer that that makes shock nuts decrease the enemy's electric resistance. Now, writing that out is very easy. The way this is worded is absolutely horrendous. Some of the translations in the game are absolutely what I mean by the game lacks polish. Like, yeah, that's crazy. So kicking gives us a flat 10. There's something I want to check before. This is going to help my understanding very, very greatly. So if I go here, kicking is giving us 15. Let me get rid of something that's costs a lot, right? If I get rid of kicking, that drops our module capacity by 15. So, okay, in hindsight, by adding this slot socket type to the submodule, right? Adding the malachite slot to the submodule increased kicking by 5 mod capacity. So by adding this, we just got another 5 mod capacity. Now, when I did that initially, I was confused because I think it like got rid of another mod or something. I don't know. But yes, so the reason why I decided to put that module socket type malachite there is because, as far as I can tell, given the way that we build the modules in our Descendant, we are always going to have a sub-attack module in this slot. And every single sub-attack module is malachite type. So we just get a flat 5% or 5 capacity buff from that, which is good. As for the way I have Bunny built, we're at the point where we're simply just spending tons of Kuiper shards to max these out. Yeah. Like Bunny is our most leveled Descendant, and we use the energy activator on Bunny. We use 2. You get a crystallization catalyst by doing the Bunny exclusive quest as well. You're stuck on the dead Bri. I do enough damage, but the random players I get with... we could do it. I'm down. Let me BRB just a second, and we can party up, and I'm down to do Dead Bride. All right, I'm back. My friend code, let me check. J social. Jack, welcome back. This is my, yeah, JCrown1839. Here, I'll put it in the, if you want to, if you want to add me, feel free to do so. I am, like, I've been playing this game a lot. I am totally willing, if you're stuck on a void intercept battle with a Colossus, I am willing to help. So it's important to recognize that the Colossus are indeed, I don't want to call them content walls, but they're jumps. Like, they kind of are walls. You need to break through them because the levels of the things you pick up in order to do them aren't as high level as, like, Pyromaniac. I was picking up max level 65, right? So I couldn't just get to level 80 and then go back and do Pyromaniac. It's not the way it works. But yes, we did finally get Sharon. 25 runs on the Asylum. We integrated the Haven, the Asylum, and the Devourer. We got 2 Valby drops, which are probably the easiest to get Valby drops. But yes. We do have amorphous material for this too. This is how you get SMO enhanced cells. Yeah, 25 is unlucky, but I got both of the Freyna, like 2 Freyna drops first try. So it kind of balances out. Seeing what I've seen in the Discord of people talking about Freyna drops at 20%, it makes me feel very, very lucky. But yes, Crammy, if you wanna do Dead Bride, feel free to invite me to party. I'm gonna be leveling Sharon, and we are going to progress the main quest. Let me just triple check that I have voice volume turned up.
It seems everyone has steeled their resolve. Everyone's arche is glowing.
I was stuck on Hanged Man last night for 3 hours straight, but finally got him. Nice. It's a little tough. The Colossus are a little sticky.
I believe I understand what courage is now. All right, Descendant, I'll accompany you.
But it's
to
important
Valby's fortress.
to take a little bit of a bird's eye view and recognize that the Colossus are there
I know we can do this, Descendant.
as a
I will be with
stopgap,
you the entire
right? And like, it's important to recognize that if you're struggling against a Colossus, like, you're not alone, and that is a part of the core game design. Not saying that the developers are intentionally making it annoying. Like, it's about creating a level stopgap, right? Because they don't want people to get to level 500 in a couple hours of gameplay. Nice. We just unlocked,
The Vulgus.
if I press the correct button, we just got to Fortress, which is, as far as I can tell, the last area in the game. All good, I just soloed it? Nice. And yes, the Colossus do not scale. So, like, if I go back and do Gravewalker, I can, like, it's a non-issue.
This is off topic, but
Yeah.
our Aren't you all cold?
My battlesuit has a built-in
Ajax.
heating function. It was designed for void expedition missions.
Huh. I'm actually a little warm.
I'm jealous.
Biesa. Hey. This is the first, like, frost area. Ajax.
The Vulgus Fortress. We knew such command facilities existed.
Ajax grind is going to be real. Just because Ajax is a starter descendant does not mean that they're going to be easy to get. Given the fact that we did choose Biesa.
Send any recon squads. Seeing them up close and personal now.
Killed a dead bride with 5 seconds left. Nice.
If I ever go back to being a military academy professor.
Yeah, we just got we've had a couple situations like that. Yeah.
To be intimidated. Once we've destroyed the Ironheart,
It's scary because yeah, you run out of time and the Colossus is at 2% HP. Yeah, you're done. Like the game just like, yeah, you're done.
Infiltrate where the Vulgus signals are the weakest.
Hangman does not downscale for trio runs. And also it is not allowed to do it solo. Ooh, interesting. That's like the beginning of hard mode.
And because we're in a massive energy field, it's like being lost in fog.
I've seen multiple posts that
you need to do reconnaissance around the fortress.
I've been arguing that there should be
it's going to be an extremely dangerous.
There should be more fine-tuned matchmaking when it comes to hard void intercept battles. Because I think a lot of people are slamming hard mode after rushing through normal mode, and they're getting slapped with the fact that, yeah, you can't solo them, they don't downscale, or they don't scale, and if you're stuck with people who don't know what they're doing, like, you're done. Oh, this area is awesome. Sick. Sharon is like 90% cybernetic. That is Sharon's backstory. But yeah, I think we'll progress these. These missions are definitely easier to do in a party. Like pretty much every mission is easier to do in a party. Netwise are welcome. It's crazy how hard Dead Bride was the first time I went back last night and beat her in 30 seconds. Yeah, that's what I mean by it doesn't scale, right? It's a linear scaling, and they did add a hard mode. I assume because they realized that, like, once people get through all the normal Colossus, like, they're gonna want more stuff to do. I don't know, is there a way to walk? I've noticed people walking, but they've... I don't know what the key is to walk. Here, this is Sharon's Q ability. Our abilities are not gonna do much damage. And we're also gonna struggle to survive for quite some time. I need to use my sub attack for my challenges. Matchmaking based on mastery rank would be nice. Yeah. It really depends. Ooh, nice. We got our C ability. There we go. Now we're invisible. That's awesome. I love that. I love that effect.
I will sync the communications facility to the drone. It won't take long. But the
That's a good way to de-aggro. Like, as far as Sharon playstyle goes, Sharon is seemingly more single target focused. Oh my. I thought we had it charged up. I guess not. Sharon is a little bit more single target focused, as far as I can tell, until her ultimate ability. Like, so to compare, Bunny has an AoE where she just runs around doing AoE damage. Dude, those enemies that run into you and explode are by far the most dangerous. Like, their damage, any of the enemies that run into you and explode, the damage they do feels disproportionate. Like, seriously disproportionate. But yes, matchmaking based on mastery rank could definitely help. At the end of the day, the way that the Colossus Void Intercept battles work is, if you're...
Thanks to you, I've identified a few locations that show high energy.
Yeah, double frame stutter. If you're doing them, unfortunately, and fortunately, I mean, it's a cooperative experience, right? You're reliant on your teammates' capabilities.
The Vulgus that were closest to the source must have been
Like that.
higher levels of it.
That is just the truth, the fact of the matter. And without any type of matchmaking system, when it comes to the actually really hard endgame content, it's gonna become the case where, like, you know, I really think it's gonna become the case where you're just not gonna be able to do them unless you have a group of people who really know what they're doing. Like that, it's gonna get that difficult. Damn, wait, can I do this while I'm invisible? Nah. Okay, I don't think I can carry this while I'm invisible. I'll try and test that again. I'll also say Sharon feels like a more difficult Descendant to use. Maybe that's just because I just started using them. But, like, invisibility, making that powerful is going to take more player skill.
I sense an increase in inverted energy around
Timing that, using it. We got shock
I was
nuts.
investigating the wreck of a Vulgus ship.
Nice.
And I think I've stirred up a hornet's nest. I need support.
Lubbock, how far out are you?
No, they disappeared. All right, where do we have to go now? Oh, I think we go to the next area. I think that was, yeah, that was the Aurora Forest. We are, I'm going to say it very clearly. We are reaching the end of the last zone in the game. Like, just putting that out there. Viesa.
I should never have sent Lubbock off by himself. My bad. Hey, these Vulgus punks are responding really quickly. Looks as if their commander isn't to be taken lightly. Let's eliminate the defense forces here first.
Interesting that they
Then
leave
secure the gate that
the
leads to the
first
west chamber.
3 starter Descendants for the last area.
Stand it until then.
Captain Survival, you need to hold them off until we get there.
You don't have to tell me. If I die, the 44th Grenadiers will be completely wiped out.
But yeah, luckily we've been cruising with some people who are doing these same missions, because as for leveling Sharon, it wouldn't be as easy. They're just chilling. Yeah, I love going invisible. That's sick. Now, how to actually maximize the utility and power of that is going to be something we're going to need to figure out over time. Also, I'm realizing that I'm pretty sure, well, let's test that before I say anything. No, yeah, the animation is the same. Depending on whether you're moving or standing still with the kick sub attack, it does do a different animation. And as far as I can tell, all of the sub attacks work very similarly, aside from very slight differences. It also didn't take that many Kuiper shards to get our sub attack module maxed out. So I definitely think getting your sub attack module maxed out, whichever one it is, first is a great way to increase your mod capacity without even using an energy activator. But it is going to become the case late game, end game. Energy activator grind, crystallized catalyst grind, like that is going to be the end game grind, where you're farming a crystallization catalyst in order to get another slot on your Descendant in order to get like 5 extra module capacity. We're still at the point where we're upping the modules that we have on Bunny.
Can you see the data box? That's where our target is.
I wanted to test this. If I do invisibility and pick this up, yeah, you can. You can pick it up and then go invisible, or go invisible and then pick it up. Oh wait, I'm going the wrong way. I don't know if we can pick it up and then go invisible. That's a part of the problem. Oh my, I just stepped inside of that and it hurt a lot. I'm on that grind as of the point of unlocking the hard mode. Yeah. I think I'm pretty accurate in assuming that, yeah, we just got flash short sword. Let's wait. I'm gonna wait for a decent opportunity to use it. I wonder what's the range on it. Yeah.
Secure the target. Hurry.
Nice. I wonder, so if I go invisible and use sub attack, I wonder if that gets additional 70% damage. Maybe. The thing is, the sub attack doesn't really do that much damage.
Algorithm
Flat damage. It does a decent amount. A decent amount. And the sub attack knocks back. Like, it'll stagger enemies. So it's definitely not bad.
Enemy's defense will attract their attention and create an opportunity for Lepic.
Yeah, that's our
there seems to be one of the main
invisibility into sub attack combo. And you could clearly see the stagger. That range on our Q is quite low. Here's our ulti. Nice. Yeah, Sharon's playstyle is completely different compared to Bunny's playstyle, which is awesome.
You'll have to hold them off and buy as much time as possible.
Another thing is, like, the kick sub attack is actually pretty fast. Like, that feels pretty quick. Yeah, the cooldown on our Q is pretty bad. Oh, we just took out like 3 of them with that. I need to get better at using my sub attack because the battle pass is hinting to me that I do need to be using it, and we are using it. I need to go to sterile lands as well. I think every sub attack will make your character like dash forward into the enemy. Oops, shooting at my teammates. Oh, rip. I saw them go down, tried to help them, and then I got hit by the thing.
On your feet, Sharon.
Where are we even meant to go? Yeah, Sharon's playstyle is definitely more difficult. Yeah, I see they got stunned by that. That was actually very, very good. Yeah, the sub attack is
Watch out.
a very solid extra chunk of damage. Nice. We got the ultimate mod drop from that, which I don't even know what % chance that is. Definitely higher than Sharon's Spiral Catalyst. But it's another thing that's important to recognize is that once you unlock a Descendant, you don't need to craft more of them. You don't need to research more Descendants to like make them more powerful, right? That's something important to acknowledge.
Enemy forces have noticed their signals being jammed.
Oh, that range is very short on that.
The enemy is putting up a lot of resistance.
So what I'm saying is, now that I have the, now that I have Sharon, oh no, we got frozen. Now that I have Sharon, I don't need more Sharon Spiral Catalysts. Do you know what I mean? So it's important to recognize that, like, those drops are like quite valuable. It's not like a grind drop where like you need to grind 10 of them. That's partially why I didn't get like discouraged by it, because I knew once I get Sharon, like we have Sharon, now we're gonna have to start grinding for like energy activators, crystallization catalyst. You know, that's where the real cyclical grind begins, where you're like using this thing, it buffs you, but really you need a couple more, you know? Damn, we launched so far forward, we just launched right past them.
Wait, careful.
Oh my, I rolled away from one and landed into another one. Great. Extra Hero, welcome. Thoughts on Sharon? Definitely different than Bunny or Freyna. I like the playstyle change up. Am I going to be actually good at using Sharon? it's gonna be more difficult. Sharon's playstyle compared to Bunny is gonna be more difficult.
Thanks for the support. You saved my life.
That was so weird. They were looking at one of our teammates, so I tried getting the other one up. But the one they were getting up was the one that they weren't looking at. That was so weird. My favorite Descendant? That's understandable. The thing is, their playstyle is, very interesting. Like, the ability to go invisible is awesome. Like, being able to de-aggro and then take advantage of that is awesome. Now, as for actually using it to its maximum potential, that's going to take a lot of player skill. She's more skill heavy playstyle. Yeah. She's melee assassin, yeah.
Descendant. The Volga ship in front of you appears to have crash landed on its way to Ingress. The flight log has been completely erased.
Cloak to res teammates? Yeah, that seems legit. Like, but again, it's only four-ish seconds. You can buff it the duration. I need to put modules in Sharon. You can buff the duration, but it's not like you go invisible for like 20 seconds. Like, you really have to time it, know when to use it, how to use it, and depending on how you use it, it can either be useless or very good. That's what I mean by it's more of a skill-heavy playstyle. As opposed to Bunny's lightning emission, where you kind of just like run around and do AoE damage to everything around you.
That means that this ship was equipped with an inversion device.
Yours buffed for about 10 seconds? Nice. Yeah, skill duration on Sharon seems like it would be a good core build focus.
I'll send the potential location to your receive. Try looking there, Descendant.
Yeah, and exactly, doing more damage out of the cloak. That's exactly what I mean. Like, you line up two abilities.
Now it's my turn, you bastards.
You don't have, for instance, you don't have to do that with Bunny at all. And I'm not trying to like poo-poo on Bunny, but Bunny is absolutely an easier Descendant to play as than Sharon. Like, and this is coming from having experienced Sharon for several missions now, and not simply because I'm just getting used to Sharon's abilities. Like, am I gonna use Sharon well? Maybe. I need to actually put modules on. Here, Technician, we can't go wrong with. Tonfa. Time distribution is just flat out good. I'm just gonna put on all of my flat out good modules first. Maybe. I think maximized duration is gonna make them a little bit easier to use. And we just got immediately killed while we were looking at modules because I'm looking at modules in the middle of a mission. Rip. Did it even save? Did it even save it? No, it didn't. No, dude, I need my modules. Give me my.
Find Vulgus units.
Okay, just save that. Just save that.
When the fuses you find, boom, blow up the generator.
We're looking at modules while our teammates are doing all of the work. I apologize. Yeah, against groups of enemies, going cloaked and then lining that up to like AoE a bunch of enemies is absolutely legit. Another thing with Sharon is the Q cooldown is very quick. So it's an ability that you constantly need to be thinking about using. Yeah, like that right there. What I did right there is like core Sharon playstyle. Like lining up the camouflage. Where do I bring this? No, we need to bomb this, right? Yeah.
Enemy reinforcements are headed your way. They've also deployed elite units. Engage them carefully.
Dude, you lunged so far with that. It's crazy.
Whoa! Power supply to the enemy has been cut off. Incredible.
Yeah, damn. We're getting level 85 drops now. That's crazy. We are running out of inventory space. So we are going to need to... And we also need to get the restored relic phase exchanged. Did they start doing this? If they started this, then I'm gonna join. Otherwise, I can't solo right now. Oh, that distance. I did my sub attack thinking we would lunge. Knowing the distance of your sub attack is very difficult.
Thin them out here while we're at it. Enemy reinforcements detected. Engaging.
It's gonna take getting used to. Because like we were just slightly out of range and our sub attack like didn't do anything. Just gotta farm up one more and I'll have it maxed. Oh, your Thunder Cage?
Did you hear that?
Defense and health helps a lot since she's melee based. That makes sense. I think that's what Agony does, right? Well, both of these give... Yeah. I'll deal with that in a second. I'm trying to get sub attack kills, but it's very difficult. Between like our Q, our F, our V, and then knowing when to use the Z, cleaning up the C and the Q, definitely a more intricate playstyle. Fastest way to level up a new character is the defend missions. Yes. So the Kingston defense mission will give you a insane amount of experience.
The main facility defense force has arrived.
But there's a trade-off. So early on, I was like, oh, this is broken. They're going to patch it. Like, I don't know. I don't know if they're going to patch it because the thing is, you get... Ooh, here's a... Should I use my precision code analyzer? It's in that room over here. Should I tell my teammates? You can't ping in this game. Oh my, oh my, oh my. Oh my, get me out. Get me out. I feel like you should be able to ping. That way I could tell my teammates that there's the code analyzer. Code analyzer here.
Enemy morale seems to be rising.
I don't want to use it while I'm in combat. Because I'm pretty sure if I get attacked while I'm using it, It's
defeat that infiltration. The defense forces have been eliminated.
yeah, there we go.
Commencing facility search.
If we use it and then we get
Yes, sir.
attacked,
Epic. Keep engaging the enemy. These defense garrison forces are pretty tough.
all right, we gotta concentrate.
Focus on your own lecturing duties, Professor.
So the way these work is it's a it's like a mini game, and this is how you get a very specific material in order to get energy activators. So I think it's right click or left click. We'll find out. It's right click. And I missed it. And I missed it. So if you miss it twice, you lose it. Even though it looked like it was right on the thing when I clicked, yeah. So that what you just saw is the energy activate. You get a material. I can't remember exactly what it is. I think I would have to go to a NACE, right? Enhancement material, energy activator. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's one of these. It's either the conductive metallic foil or the low carbon activator. It's one of these that you get as a chance by doing that minigame. But yes. Crammy, thanks for hanging out. Yeah, this game is very it can be addicting. Yeah. But I hope you sleep well. Z is actually AoE based, so ideally you want to get as many enemies as possible at an off angle. Oh, interesting. Also, decent into health orbs on bosses. Yeah, Sharon is a... I'll flat out say it. From my experience, Sharon is a more difficult playstyle. But if you get good at using Sharon's abilities, I feel like Sharon could definitely be extremely powerful. Depending on like what enemies you focus on when you use your active camouflage, so on and so forth.
Magisters are probably humanity's real hope, don't you think?
But yes, that precision code analyzer vault, that is what the devs decided on with regard to the energy activator grind in the game. Yeah, I'm not going to use these because I don't want to use the resources because I'm pretty sure we already have one of these. I really have to check before I do this. Yeah, we already have one of these. If I check here, base core material, we can see that we've already researched this. Now, yes, with the ultimate weapons, we're going to need to craft multiple in order to upgrade its unique ability. But I want to make sure that I'm not constantly just using resources on duplicate drops over and over again. At most, we're going to need 4 of these. There's so many little things about this game that you don't find out unless someone tells you. There are nuances about this game. Yes. Over time, I think there will be... Like, the wiki on release was, like, non-existent. Now, I almost guarantee you that over time, people will update the wiki And that kind of information will become much more easily accessible. But yes, so before we go and do that, we might have to solo that depending on what the people in the instance are doing at the time we get into that instance.
Ask me anything about modules.
We have over 100,000 Kuiper shards. Most people don't even know how to use the access info tab. Yeah, so J access info, and then, yeah. This is necessary. Like, I think over time people will, especially when it comes down to, like, the ultimate grind, which is the bona fide endgame grind. Yes. So this amorphous material pattern is in hard mode at Fortress at this location. Hard mode being, if I go, do I need to upgrade any modules? I need to
the modules.
I'm just still getting used to Sharon. It's gonna take time to figure out like what modules we want to focus on. I think I will go with skill duration because, well, that'll impact active camouflage. I don't know. Yeah, let's get rid of technician and replace it with iron defense. I don't think I have any slots for these. Decimator is Xantic. Yeah, we did not get a Malachite socket. We do have a Almandine socket, so this is gonna fit here. That's fine. So, as far as electric fusion goes, that's for Bunny. Some people like battlesuit melting rounds. It's nerfed though now. Yeah, so I don't actually know what it does, and I was bringing that up earlier. As far as the text goes on this Transcendent module, I have no idea what it means. We had to like evaluate it and infer that instead of stunning, shock nuts instead reduces electric resistance. Right? I think that's it. Because that's the only ability that of Sharon's that stuns enemies. Yeah. What's crazy is that it says absolutely nothing about shock nuts. Like, modifies to stackable skill in the English language does not mean anything. It doesn't actually mean anything. I don't know what this would say in Korean. I'm sure it says something a little bit more understandable. But yes, I'm not gonna poo-poo on some of the translations. It's okay. We were able to infer. I really like the Q ability, where it's basically just a slam melee attack. But that is going to be fusion. So, similar to Bunny, Sharon does use fusion. I think this one is going to be the one. Because this will buff shock nuts. But we really need to equip a beam rifle in order to know what the actual comparison is. Some people like a beam rifle with Sharon. Yes, beam rifle on Sharon sounds like it would be a good combo due to the beam rifle's hard cutoff. In terms of the beam rifle's fall off, after about what, 20 meters, 18, 15 meters, like 0 damage. So the fact that Sharon is more melee oriented or close range oriented, I think I will use this. Yeah, we'll switch over to that and we'll use the beam rifle. As for looking through modules for characters that we're not trying to level or use at the current time, the ultimate reactors I peek at, if the attributes, like this has singular skill, but it's a fire dimension, like I don't care. And as far as Bunny goes, we're looking for electric fusion. Electric fusion and electric dimension. Yeah, the toxin resistance is clearly the role that we don't care about. Stranger Things, welcome. What do you prefer on a mission that you can get code breakers? I'm not sure. So as far as I understand, I think you're asking about the precision code analyzers, right? These seem to drop from pretty much every mission. At least I know they drop from the infiltration missions. I will just say clearly, when it comes to the energy activators in this game, they made the energy activators a very difficult grind. And I'm going to just make it very clear, the energy activators are something that will come from doing other things in the game without going specifically for them, due to the fact that the ultra precision code analyzers, as far as I understand them, drop randomly from pretty much every mission. Now, if there's a way to grind for these specifically, I almost guarantee you that it's better to grind for something else and hope that these drop as an added benefit. I just earlier found a vault on stream and did the mini game, and I feel like a little bit like I got robbed. because I clicked when that thing was in the zone. It's very difficult. It's very difficult. So as far as the energy activators go, they give you one. They give you one. They give you a taste of it. I highly recommend against heading to the shop as a solution to that. Just, it's good to accept early on that the energy activators are going to be a very slow grind. And it will be painful if you go out of your way to search for them, because these do not drop on the regular. So just getting that very clear. I have no mission that I prefer to get the precision code analyzers. Yeah, pretty much everything under 82, I'm not even gonna bother looking at. And then we need to use a phase exchanger on. Any advice on crafting early to mid game? I mean, the early game, the Thunder Cage is the ultimate grind weapon. Like, no doubt. I don't know enough about the grind for the Thunder Cage blueprint. Like, if we wanted to grind for these, it would be sterile land, sterile land, sterile land, sterile land. So, as far as the Thunder Cage blueprint grind goes, you're going to be spending time in the sterile land. Now, aside from that, I need to spend time in the sterile land as well for the battle pass, the metal accelerants supposedly you get in the sterile land. So if I just take a second, I'm going to go and check the infiltration missions. In the sterile land. There's the, so there's going to be the 2 infiltration operations. The Furka tents, which we need to grind for Valby. Oh, I think we already got the Valby spiral catalyst, though. Yeah, see, the Valby, as far as I understand it, Valby's, wait, no, that's Valby's stabilizer. We have 2 Valby stabilizer blueprints. We still need the Valby spiral catalyst. So this is how you would grind for that. Yes. And this Transcendent mod. Let's just jump into it. I went through all these, right? We're good, we're clean. Oh, I didn't go through these yet. We were getting into this, and then I got sidetracked. This is definitely, that max HP roll is insane. So some of the attribute rolls that you'll find far outweigh the base stat. Like, this is level 68 on the left. Max HP 501. The level 86 HP support auxiliary power only has a 262 max HP roll on the base stat. So it quickly becomes that you want to be paying attention to the attributes first and foremost. Yeah, look at this thing. That's an ultimate max HP roll on that. Like that's crazy. Yeah, the toxin resist I don't really care about. But it gives more max HP and more max shield. Unfortunately, we do have that ultimate roll on the equipment drop rate, and the equipment drop rate, I mean, that's pretty valuable. Because as far as I understand, equipment drop rate, it applies, I'm not sure exactly what it applies to. But I'd assume it applies to reactor external component and weapons, because I've never seen weapon drop rate, reactor drop rate, or external component drop rate. I'm pretty sure all of these count as equipment. There is module drop rate. So equipment drop rate, module drop rate are two different things. Yeah, I'm gonna lean against the module drop rates and stuff. I don't know. This one's also tough, but not really, because 894 max HP increases survivability, and every time we like fail a mission, that completely negates the drop rate increase, I'm pretty sure. I don't know. These have gotten to be pretty tight decisions. Yeah. What do I need to actually get up? So is this not, weren't we going to use this? Yeah, let's use that. Let's use that then. Like, yeah, the toxin resist, whatever, but more max HP and more max shield. Everything else, we're good. We've got pretty much everything above level 79, pretty much level 80. Like, I cruised at level 65 for a fair amount of time. Like, I'm cruising around level 80. We just hit level 80. I will say the push between level 65 to level 80, I mean, we did get Swamp Walker, like, second try. So yeah, we need to transmit this up. Interesting. Nice. And we checked this thing previously. We need to use a beam weapon because of our phase reactor. And I have made that mistake before, where I've equipped a phase reactor that requires a certain weapon, and then I've switched away from that weapon. It's not good. Yes, ancient technique on the restored relic. Guided round. Yeah, this sounds pretty interesting. It also looks pretty sick. Now, we touched upon the Thunder Cage grind. Yeah, we would have gotten this if we got that timing. It's rough. Like, and honestly, I'm not going to get mad or upset or frustrated at all about it. Those vaults and the timing is very precise. Nice. So as far as the Thunder Cage grind goes, I think we're gonna start considering these. Now, as for doing these in the sterile land, I'm pretty sure we just need to go here. We also haven't gotten this spawn point. So there are several reasons I need to spend time in the sterile land between the Valby blueprint, the Thunder Cage blueprints, and the battle pass challenges involving the metal accelerants. Oh, I don't have a backpack. How do I not have a backpack cosmetic? Yeah, either one of these. I think this looks good. That's what you get for just refining materials. That, as far as I can tell, is the only backpack that you get from... Oh, we can't use the bear. For Bunny, we can't actually use that teddy bear. That's like exclusive chest attachment for Bunny. Yeah, as my take on the cosmetics, like, that's awesome if people want to buy these. That's great. I'm gonna wait until the next season before I consider any of these. This is Sharon's premium cosmetic. I'll be flat out honest, like, I got the battle pass for $10. I am not gonna put more money into the game until... Does this give Thunder Cage? No, it doesn't. Yeah, we need to do external reactor specifically. Yeah, as for the other Thunder Cage blueprints, I don't know. Yeah, see, metal accelerant. Cosmetics pretty mid on launch. Yeah, my hopium take is that they went kind of mid on it on launch so that they could prepare for the next season being much more... Why are these just spawning in front of us? A little janky. Because so my hopium take is that they went mid on launch so that on release of season 1, because I mean technically we're in the pre-season, right? They're riding on the release novelty hype. So they went mid on launch in order to release more stuff during season 1, the official season 1, right?
Receiving info
that's my hopium take.
Mission request. Destruction of generator.
But yes, I do agree with that. I think the general consensus is that the cosmetics are quite steep in terms of cost. But if they're cosmetic, they're cosmetic. I don't care, you know? Like that, I'm not even gonna use that to like judge the game. When it comes to cosmetics, they could make the cosmetics $1,000. I don't care. I don't care.
Certain Legion of Immortality units have parts that can act.
But again, I'll say it clearly. Like, I don't recommend putting money into this game. Like, the battle pass, in my opinion, is not worth it. I think it's best to wait for next season in 50 days for the average player. I say this for the average player. That's how I avoid sounding hypocritical, because I did buy the battle pass for $10. This is what I'm saying for the average player. I already have 60 hours in the game, you know? That's that. That's my take on the cosmetics, the battle pass, the pay to progress. I will put a full disclaimer and warning. Do not get baited into the energy activator system. Do not. Do not. Like, enjoy normal mode. Enjoy touching upon hard mode.
Probability of fuse parts high.
Yeah. Yeah, the free stuff on the pass is actually pretty good. They give you some decent cosmetics for completely free. And as far as buying the battle pass goes, and as far as pay to progress goes, like, you don't get that much. Like, you get some phase exchangers. The biggest thing are the XP boost, the gold boost, the Kuiper shard boost. That's the biggest pay to progress aspect of the battle pass. But again, it's like, if you enjoy the gameplay, like, just enjoy the gameplay. You know, it's not like you get. Imagine if it's not like they went. And I don't even want to bring this up because I don't want to give them ideas, honestly. But it's like, imagine on the battle pass, if you bought the battle pass, it like increased your drop rate chance. Like, that's what they didn't do. You know what I mean? So, as far as like Stevie monetization aspects go, they really didn't go all the way with it. And they could have gone all the way with it. You know?
High-level Vulgus closing in. Request combat engagement.
And I've said it time and time again, when it comes to pure cosmetics, I don't have any gripes about that. If people want to buy premium cosmetic items, like, go right ahead. But yeah, so on this mission that we just did, the Thunder Cage Polymer Synctium is a 20% drop chance. So as far as crafting more Thunder Cage, so you get the game gives you a Thunder Cage in the beginning. As far as getting more Thunder Cage goes, you are indeed going to be rolling a 20% drop chance. Also, we didn't use the Restored Relic at all. Sometimes, admittedly, like, when I'm talking about certain things while playing, between all of the game mechanics, it's quite a bit. Nice. Yeah, so, yeah, 4 of the Battle Pass daily challenges are pretty easy. We are now getting metal accelerants because we're in the sterile land. We need to do another infiltration operation, and we will do that. And then this is going to happen over time. Like, defeating enemies by hitting their weak points. Yeah, I think my take on the I think my take on the precision code analyzers in the game is pretty valid.
Position of Vulgus power plant.
Like, just be careful
Mission
about
request.
that.
Destruction of generators as a feint attack.
I heard Captain Harris let you in on a fun trick. Certain Legion of Immortality units.
It really is crazy how when you go camouflage, they just straight de-aggro. Yeah, this thing is crazy. Like, if I fire it into the air, what happens? It kind of homed down. I'm already out of ammo. The high-powered rounds in this game are... they're quite rare. We just got 2. Oh, there's the double frame drop. But yes, this mission in particular is a part of the Thunder Cage grind. That's kind of like what I'm working on right now. We're experiencing a little bit of the Thunder Cage blueprint grind.
I'm gonna cut you up. Load.
Volga's carrying fuse parts confirmed.
Yeah, that ability is sick. Honestly, because our level is so much higher, I'm zapping them with the Thunder Cage as fast as possible. And
All generators disabled.
the way
Relay terminated.
the scaling works in the game, the fastest way to kill enemies is gonna be with weaponry, obviously. But yes, that right there is the Thunder Cage grind. That polymer that you need from that mission is a 20% drop chance. We did it twice, and yes, of course, we did not get it. So as far as getting metal accelerant goes, I'm pretty sure that you just need to kind of hang out in the sterile land, as far as I can tell. There might be another zone that drops it, but finding metal accelerant, you're gonna be best off probably just cruising through the sterile lands, which is not going to be difficult. It's more of just like a collection grind. We got void shards from that. I think if we fall off here, it does not. That is not a part of the map. But yeah, the Sharon grind wasn't... Oh, we got the bunny ears strap, which is a free cosmetic on the battle pass, by the way. Free cosmetic. The hamster is the only backpack on the battle pass, and it is a premium. But this Cygnus skin is awesome. This Red Eye skin is awesome. You really need to know what the base weapon looks like to know how good the weapon skin is. But these are all free. Like, cool, you get a phase exchanger as a premium option. This skin is cool too for the tamed beast. Like, there is a balance. It is a mix. Like, you don't get this EMA yeah, you don't get this blue blood bloomer skin, which is also sick. You don't get the brave squirrel. But admittedly, there's like nothing amazing. This explorer's path is cool. Yeah, again, these right here are the only really big separation between buying the premium battle pass versus playing for free. The XP gain buffs are only premium on the battle pass. Everything else you can either get by playing, or it's caliber, which obviously caliber is the premium currency. So these are the only things on the battle pass that you really get for going premium that are the main separator in terms of core game mechanics. right? Everything you can either get by playing, or it's cosmetic, and then or it's caliber. You do get a lot of paints. Like, the game gives you for playing the game, but the only thing is the paints in the game, the paints in the game you can only use on premium, on not so specifically non-default cosmetics. So if I'm using Viessa and I do not have any type of cosmetic on Viessa and I have her default cosmetic, you cannot paint it matte sand. That's something that people are like griping about. But yes, I'm going into the paints again. This person, I think, is grinding this mission. I think this mission you get void shards from. And that's the one thing that I'm noticing is the difference between this mission and many other missions. Because this is a void fragment mission. Yeah. My Sharon grind was treacherous. Oh, 22 times? I did the Asylum 25 times. But yes. So when dealing with pure RNG, and in hindsight, I said it before, like, once you unlock a Descendant, you're good. I don't need to keep unlocking Sharon Spiral Catalysts. That's my take. Yeah, see, I don't think we actually got... Let's see. Oh, no, we did. Yeah, we got void shards. I will be right back. Alright, I'm back. True, I had picked up with Ajax and wanted to move on onto my favorite Descendant. Yeah, that makes sense. As far as linear progression goes in this game, to me personally, it really does feel like it goes starter Descendant, then Bunny, because you like, whether you want to get Bunny or not, you pretty much get Bunny.
Welcome.
Then
You're
Freyna.
modules, right?
Freyna is the first Descendant that you really get access to grinding for,
special human child. What do you need?
With a 20% drop chance. And personally, I got really lucky with Freyna. We got Freyna pretty quickly. I had to do one of the missions like 4 or 5 times, but there were 2 others where I got the drops first try. So my girl wanted to get Valby and I wanted Sharon. I'm like, well, this grind should be interesting. Valby is going to be a little bit more difficult than Sharon. But we'll start working on the metal accelerants. We'll start working on the infiltration mission, which gives us the amorphous material, which we can then use in a void intercept battle to get a chance at the Valby spiral catalyst. I think it's the spiral catalyst. It's one of the Valby pieces. We only have one Valby piece right now. Yes, it is the spiral catalyst. Yeah, this restored relic is pretty sick. Like having a homing launcher, that's awesome. And you know, for the ultra endgame grind, having a weapon that can just home onto enemies, like, it's gonna be satisfying. We got her? Yeah, we prioritized getting those Descendants over going far into the story. Yeah, that's definitely a decision that can be made. And it's not a bad decision. The way to progress through this game, I recommend, like taking it slower. Don't jump through the main quest. Like I've tried to savor like the Jeremy death cutscene. Like we only got to experience that once. You know what I mean? It's however you want. Yeah. The only thing that I will advise against is getting sucked into the energy activator. The way they give you one energy activator is pretty, I don't want to say it's devious, because that's a heavy term, but it gives you a taste of it. If you use your energy activator, make sure to use it on the Descendant you plan on using for a long time. Because getting another energy activator after the initial one they give you is going to be very, very long. But I mean, yeah, that's the murky energy residue we get here. We also need the energy activator is kind of scummy. It's very, very much in that realm. Yes, it feels that way. Like they made it. How much does it cost in the shop? It's like $20 or something. Yeah, these enemies are. They're not a problem. Yeah, this thing is crazy. It doesn't. It doesn't really home sometimes. There, that home. Interesting. It's not like very tight homing. Sometimes it will just like fly by an enemy. you shouldn't be able to buy that. Yeah. I think it's pushing a little bit too far with the monetization. I've said it before early on in my streams, like they monetized pretty much everything. And I'm careful about what I talk about in terms of what they could even further monetize. I'm not trying to give them ideas, because knowing Nexon, they will. So I'm just grateful that they didn't go even further with it, if I'm being brutally honest. But there will be players, the reality is, and this is all I can say, you know, when it comes to like Warframe, Destiny 2, looter shooter MMOs in general, like yes, there will be players who put money down on energy activators. And I will flat out say, I do not recommend that. Like, do not do that. Like, enjoy the gameplay. But they will, and I've said it before, they will happily take your money. Nexon will absolutely happily take your money. We are getting metal accelerant here, which is good. Getting metal accelerant for the daily challenges is like a hint, like, yeah, go spend more time in the sterile lands. And it should be easier to obtain. It is, like I said with the precision code analyzer, someone came in earlier in stream and said, what do you recommend doing to get the precision code analyzers? What I recommend is don't focus on it. Like flat out, that's what I will say. Because as far as I can tell with my 60 hours in game, there is no way to grind and focus on season level up. There is no way to really grind and focus on deliberately getting precision code analyzers. Nice. That is Ederlick. Ederlick is like, for new players, Ederlick, at least for me, I know that they patched it and actually made him easier. Ederlick had 2 shield phases, and they reduced it to 1, because when you're at that level and you do that mission, the Forgottens, Ederlick is actually difficult. But they made him easier. And now, I mean, like you saw, like that boss just didn't stand a chance at all. Like, was that even a boss or was it another enemy? We don't really know. So as far as the Amorphous Material 9 goes, this is what we need to be opening to get Valby's Spiral Catalyst, which we do at Stunning Beauty. Stunning Beauty is level 22. They are very strong against electric. So ideally you would want to use Freyna, but given the lack of scaling, at the level we're currently at, roughly level 80, we're not going to need to worry about the type of damage we're doing, because the raw firearm attack that we have at this current time will be able to take out Stunning Beauty very quickly. That is what I recommend in terms of the core progression, is making sure you're at a comfortable level higher above whatever Void Intercept battle that you're trying to grind. That way you don't really struggle through it every single time. It does become a balance at that point though, right? Like, do you want every single Void Intercept battle you do to be super easy? That's kind of the question. I was about to say I thought it was 2. Oh, the shield phases? Yeah. They patched it. For newer players in the game, I can totally see how that would be a point that they would reach and start to feel like the game was very stale. Because, yeah, when I did Ederlich the first time, I'm like, how many orbs am I going to have to shoot? Did he just use his shield again? But yes, this is the Valby grind. We will be doing that cycle over and over again. And we are going to be picking up a lot of these Python synthetic fibers in the process. I love how everyone got that teleport cosmetic, so everyone just goes poof. I don't know if they plan, as far as the bunny head cosmetic, the bear cub backpack, the teleportation effect. I don't know if they are going to continue giving that to players all the way into next season, because as far as I understand that, they gave that as a reward. They gave that as a reward for the server instability. It's not a reward, it's more of like a gift to players, as an apology for the server instability, which is fine. It's whatever. But I wonder if they're going to continue that. I didn't really read into it. I probably could read into it more, but I don't care. I've said it before, I don't. If they give every player who plays this game well into the future the Bear Cub backpack, I don't care. This backpack that I'm wearing, the Advanced Material backpack, is, I believe, the only backpack you can get in the game currently by playing the game. And you get this Advanced Material backpack, I believe, by... I would have to double check. I'm pretty sure it's by melting down modules. It's either weapons or modules, or a combination of both. Basically by playing the game. It's like by dismantling modules or something. But this is the only backpack that you can get in the game by actually playing the game. As a reward for playing the game. I could check that. Let's actually stand in the zone, though. The journal awards growth. I believe it's growth. Let me check. Yes. It's research. Okay. You need to research 10 things, and you get the Advanced Material backpack. Which is cool. That's great. Like, you play the game, you get a backpack. The backpack looks kind of cool. Like, good. Great. Was supposed to be from beta. They just gave it to everybody because some didn't get it. Yeah. As far as that decision goes, like, I'm not upset by it. Like, I think if more players get more cosmetics for free and they enjoy them and they like it, that's fine. I am definitely not one of those people that's like, oh, I played in the crossplay beta for like 30 hours. I don't want people to get the polar bear backpack anymore. Like, we wore it. We enjoyed it. We're chilling. We're good. If other people get it for free, like, that's great. That's fine. I think it's cool that they have it in the game because the polar bear cub backpack and the panda bear backpack is an indication, and the hamster backpack, it's really clear that they're capable of like pushing out pretty cool looking backpacks. So Nudwiser, welcome back. There's another free backpack. It's like a little robot on your back. Ooh. How do you get it? Are you gonna share your secrets? My day is ruined knowing other people have polar backpacks. Destroyed my marriage. Yeah, nah, it's fine. What you're seeing on screen is why Bunny is the ultra grind descendant. On stream. Yeah, their energy, their lightning emission is so strong that it just instantly zapped the boss in one hit. 3 phases, 1 hit from lightning emission, insta-zapped. Insta-zapped. I have no idea what I did to get it. It's free for sure. Interesting. Interesting. It might be a growth. I know that that's how you get the advanced materials backpack. Nice. Matte sand paint for if we ever have a actually decent. So as far as the cosmetics go, the only body cosmetic that I will probably be getting this season is gonna come from the supply shop. For anyone who doesn't know, this is a hidden button here. Like, I don't know, it's like you're looking at this, like this little thing right here. If you click that, these are all free battle supply shop cosmetics, which you buy with supply coins. The supply coins, which you get from the challenges, the weeklies and the season challenges, for anyone who doesn't know. But yes, as far as these go, because we chose Viessa, there is the crow and the layered cut. There is the neural network and the neural sharing for Ajax, and the 44th Grenadier and the 44th Grenadier mask for Lepic. This mask is sick. These are all free. It's like you get these by doing the season stuff. But I will be going for the crow and the layered cut because I don't even have Ajax or Lepic yet. And then probably this spawn cosmetic. And then after that, I'll probably go for all the weapon cosmetics. The thing with, we did the calculation, you only get about 200 supply coins, as far as I can tell at this current time, from all of the season challenges. You only get about 150 to 200. I can't remember the exact number. So as far as I can tell, you won't be able to unlock all of these. But I did want to show that because I had no idea. I had no idea that supply shop. Like, look at this UI, the battle pass. Like, oh, pretty colors, buttons, great, cool, great. Like this right here. Like, yeah, they need to think about that. Also, why is that here when bonus shop and battle pass are here? Like, wouldn't there, whatever. It's clear they did it intentionally. It's clear they did it intentionally. The UIs in this game are quite good. any type of like weird UI stuff like that is done intentionally. Kind of like a little bit of a secret supply shop, but not really, because if you look at the challenges, then you're like, what do I use these supply coins on? If you play the game enough, you figure it out eventually. But for any new players, like, those are even more additional free cosmetics that you can get in the game for the 3 starter Descendants. So you will, if you do all the season challenges, be able to get at least 1 reskin cosmetic and a head cosmetic. Yeah. Yeah, insta slam. This is the Void Intercept grind. Getting all the drops in a circle like that is pretty satisfying. I think the shape stabilizer, nice. We got it. It is a 30% drop chance. I was fully prepared to do that like many more times. As far as the Valby spiral catalyst goes, blueprint. With that, we're not gonna need to specifically target that again. But here's the thing. There are other things in the amorphous material pattern 9 that we may need in the future. It's very possible that we will get like dozens of Valby blueprints as a duplicate drop while we're trying to get something else. Like, it is very possible. But as far as Valby goes, we now have the stabilizer. We have 2 stabilizers. That's exactly what I'm talking about. And we have the spiral catalyst. As far as the Valby code goes, that's going to be more difficult. But what we just witnessed was the cyclical routine of rolling for blueprints. We also need to use all of these materials. We need more encrypted neural circuit and more compound coding material, which you get elsewhere. Like, that's somewhere else. The murky energy residue we did get while we were looking for the spiral catalyst. I'd be prepared to do it many times too if it only takes 3 seconds to beat it. Yeah. Well, that's why I said earlier, I do recommend, as far as the progression and the grind in the game goes, I do recommend working to get a comfortably higher level over whatever Void Intercept battle you are doing. The Stunning Beauty is only level 20 something. So it does make it faster. I'm trying to unlock Divine Punishment. Need 1 part, but I have to unlock the guy that has fire first to do the Void Fragment thing. Oh, interesting. Yeah, you have to get Blair. So Blair is going to be the one you want, because Blair is going to be much easier than Lepic to get. But yes, that basically means you need to progress the main quest. Yeah. Because you get Blair in Hagios. I'm just going to hold on to that 85. And I may even use it on the Thunder Cage. The Thunder Cage is such a bread and butter weapon in the game. Like, yeah, even if you're fighting against things that are weak, or highly resistant against electric, because of the Thunder Cage's AoE overcharge ability, it just makes it better. And because I have 25 phase exchangers, I'm just gonna do it. I've been stacking phase exchangers for a reason. As the progression through the levels kind of slows down a little bit, It's important to have stacks of these things so that you can use them strategically when it feels right to use them. But as far as these, like the precision phase exchangers on the battle pass that you get on the premium battle pass, like you can just get these from playing. Like I have the vast majority of precision phase exchangers that I have, I did not derive from the battle pass. I got them from playing the game. That's why I do not recommend getting the battle pass. Like just enjoy the gameplay. And do not buy energy activators on the shop. Like, they will take your money. It will cost a lot. It won't feel good. Don't do it. Enjoy the gameplay. As far as the vaults go and the precision code analyzers go, don't even worry about it. Don't even worry about it. Yeah. Don't even worry about it. I know that's such a, like, seemingly weak take. Like, yeah, but it's a part of the game. Trust me. Trust me. The way that they give you one energy activator to start with is seemingly very generous, but they do it for a reason. The only thing I recommend is when you get that energy activator, make sure you use it on the Descendant you really plan on using a lot so that you get the maximum benefit from it. And then you don't think about needing another one, right? Like, I'm fully using Sharon knowing that I don't have an energy activator in Sharon. Like, that's something we accept about the fact that we put the energy activator in Bunny, right? I'm enjoying Sharon. Sharon is fantastic. But Sharon is not the one that we put the energy activator in. Like, we acknowledge that. All right. So let's take a peek at how we get the Valby code. We know how to get Blair's spiral catalyst. For anyone wondering about Blair and needing fire, Blair you get at the Haven, the spiral catalyst. You get Blair in Mystery's End. You get Blair in Biolab. And then as for the other one, I'm not entirely sure. I think it's Caligo. No, that's how we got Sharon code. Yeah, I'm not sure with the other one, but you can look up in access info. You press J, access info, Descendant, Blair, yeah, any one of these. White Knight Gulch, Biolab, the Haven, Old Mystery. Yeah. But I am going to do exactly the same thing, and I'm going to do the same thing for Valby, because we need the Enhanced Cells Blueprint, which is a little bit more complicated. Valby Void Fusion Reactor, this we have not gotten yet. So this drops the 048 amorphous material pattern, 20% drop chance. The amorphous material pattern has a drop chance of dropping Valby. I don't know if that's the angle I want to go with that. We can do Executioner by doing Sepulcher by getting this. So we get this at Sepulcher, and then we crack this open at the Executioner, which is a infiltration operation. Yes. So this right here is the primary way that I am going to grind for Valby. I like the structure of the infiltration operations much more than I like the other methods. Like, they give you a pretty clear reasonable way to get these blueprints. This is similar to how I got the Freyna blueprints, similar to how I got the Sharon blueprints, but then once you get past Blair, there's that added level of now when you do the infiltration mission, you're not getting the blueprint, you're getting the amorphous material pattern, which you then need to use in the Void Intercept battle against the Colossus. So yeah, we're kind of getting into the Valby grind, which honestly, doesn't feel so bad. Like, this is actually pretty enjoyable. I'm gonna put Valby in my title. Grinding Blair Valby. And we're leveling Sharon as well, so. I think, did I get all of the stuff from Sterile Lands? Yeah, we just need to defeat enemies now by hitting their weak points, which, as far as I can tell, is very simple. Yeah, they rushed ahead, and they needed to defeat these guys here. I don't know what they're doing. When the enemies have that yellow triangle, upside down triangle, that means you need to defeat them to reach the next area. Like, the game gives you that clear hint. So these guys just ran ahead and were wondering why they couldn't progress. Yeah, I don't know what we use the common carbon activator for, but I assume it's for some ultimate endgame Descendant. It is hard if your team doesn't have the DPS or can stay alive. Yes. Yes. The Void Intercept battles in particular are pretty sticky in that regard. Okay, so they went down here and did something. Alright, we need to hit this thing. Yeah, Ajax is a good, I don't know this mission at all. Like, I'll learn it over time, but they do give you arrows, which is convenient. Oh, nice. There is a speed run. So, when there's some infiltration missions that have events where, like, you'll run through an area, and then if one teammate gets to the objective, then it will spawn, it'll teleport everyone else. In that whole last section that we just saw, you didn't actually need to kill any of those enemies in the hallway in order to get to this last boss area. But yeah, we got carried by an Ajax when we did the Pyromaniac. Ajax is a very good support Descendant and should not be underestimated in terms of the capability of their shield bubble ability. As far as Sharon goes in terms of like team play, timing your invisibility to get teammates up seems like it could be very powerful. I remember this boss, Narcissism. They have a lot of ground AoEs. Like that. Weird, why was it targeting? There was like something on the ground over here it was targeting. Oh my. This is actually a really fun mini boss early on. It still is pretty fun, honestly. Oh, we just got Transcendent Bunny module. I don't know. I swear, these Transcendent mods feel like they have a higher drop rate than, like, the Sharon Spiral Catalyst. Like, these... are we sure that the drop rate of these isn't, like, 30%? It might be. I might have to check the mission. So, yeah, that mission is also how you get the Bunny Transcendent module, which we did not have before, and that's very good because Bunny is the main grind Descendant that we've gone for. What mission was that? Sepulcher. Yeah, so Sepulcher is how you get Electric Condense, which changes maximum power into a form that causes damage around Bunny. So what this does is it takes Bunny's giant laser beam ability, her like Z ability, and it makes it into an AoE. Which is fantastic. Because that further makes Bunny the ultimate grind Descendant. Yes, this. Which we don't have enough. If I get rid of Technician, we have enough. So I'm going to equip this, and I'm going to immediately put a lot of Kuiper shards into this thing. Because that sounds very good. Now, is it actually very good? I'm going to have to test it. Let's do another run on Sepulcher. Because as far as this amorphous material pattern goes, I'm just going to assume that we need to open like 5 to 10 of them. I'm just going to assume that. All right, we need to get our electricity up. Wait, how did they jump over that? They found a way to jump over the initial starting barrier. That is ultimate speedrun. All right, let's see this thing. So does that just zap enemies around us? I'm so confused. We need more enemy zap around us without us having to aim at anything. We need maximum zap in an AoE bubble around us. It's going to be hard to test because... Here, I'll test it here. So, is it doing anything? Oh, it explodes after a certain amount of time. Okay. No, I don't know if I like that. Do we like that? Yeah, those enemies have immunity, the ones with the red circles on their heads. I don't know. So, the reason why I'm saying I don't know is that there is a timer on it. It doesn't tell you what the timer is on it. And it's kind of difficult to time if it's like one giant burst. I don't know. That takes up a lot of mod capacity too, so it better be worth it. And honestly, I really like the maximum power laser beam. Yeah, there's no timer. Oh, on the left. That green. So it does an insane amount of damage, but being able to not, like... I don't know. It sounded to me when I read it that it was going to be like a crazy AoE. And it's not immediate. There's a solid... Like, I used it. Okay, the boss is already dead, but... If we're going for maximum DPS... That amount of time to wait for that to go off... I don't know if we like it. I don't know. I don't think we do it. Now we're gonna check a little bit more, because I'm pretty sure when you have a Transcendent module in your Descendant, it lowers the mod capacity, or it gives you, yes, it lowers the mod capacity. So that ability change where it charges up and then creates a giant burst of damage around us, that seems like about a 4-second timer. The thing is, it doesn't freaking tell me, man. Like, this is not enough information. And not only is it not enough information, it doesn't even explain what it actually does. When I read this, changes maximum power into a form that causes damage around Bunny. Okay, sure. But it's after a certain amount of time, and it is a burst of damage. So here's the added benefit, right? The added benefit is that if I equip that and we enhance it, we can get it down to 9 capacity cost. But the real question is, why would I do that if I already like the giant laser beam maximum power? Because this is still going to take 9. You know what I mean? And it did like 49,000 damage. Every time I tick with maximum power laser beam, I see like 36,000. And it ticks like over 10 times. So I don't know about this one. They might have to think about this one. If anyone watching has any rebuttal to that, like, I'd love to hear it, but I'd rather just have raw skill power modifier, you know? Yeah, narcissism is also something we should consider. While sprinting, skill cost -1%, skill cooldown +1% every second. So it up to 10 stacks, but this is the question that I have about this. If it's up to 10 stacks, does it stack up to 10 times as long as I'm continuously sprinting? Or is there some time every second? So every second up to 1 stack. So we would have to sprint for 10 seconds to get 10 stacks. And we would get our skill cost -1. And then skill cooldown +1%. So what this would do is, in essence, while we're using speed of light, it would reduce the MP cost as we run. Right? I'm trying to, like, just go point A to point Z here and really think about what this is going to do. I think this is actually going to be decent. But as for the Transcendent mod, Electric Condense, I personally wouldn't worry about it. Doesn't feel good. Needing to wait for damage is a huge detriment downside. Instant damage, instant goodness, huge value. This, for 4 seconds, maybe 5, I didn't count exactly how long it takes to time that. Like, nah. Ain't nobody, nobody's got time for that. Nobody's got time for that. So, yeah, I think we're putting this on the bench for the foreseeable future. But Narcissism is definitely looking interesting. And if I increase the power of that, we're trading out, the idea is that we trade out Technician, but raw skill power modifier you just can't go wrong with, right? That was fun to check out, but yeah. The only thing upgrading it does, seemingly, is lower the capacity cost. The problem is this increases our skill cooldown. I don't know if I'm understanding that correctly. So skill cooldown plus 3.3%. It's kind of difficult to understand what kind of effect this would have while we're using speed of light and running super fast, right? It's 67,000. I feel like this could be good on other Descendants as well, because it's just while sprinting. It's just interesting. Like, it doesn't even need to necessarily be for Bunny. It's not like distance traveled or anything. Because what this could potentially do, and this is, I'm using some brain power here. What this could potentially do is it could increase the length of time, the duration of speed of light. Because the continuous MP cost will get reduced as we're sprinting using Narcissism. But the second we stop sprinting, we lose the stacks. But that's huge. If it stacks up to 10 times and it reduces the skill cost by 30%, that could be huge. I think we just do it. That sounds interesting. I really want to see what happens. So I'm just gonna make a decision. If we're gonna use it, we're gonna max it out. And yes, that did use a lot of Kuiper shards, I know. But as far as Kuiper shards go, we're looking for tens of thousands now. So yeah, skill duration doesn't impact. This is the interesting thing about Bunny. Skill duration doesn't impact speed of light. See, there's no duration. The skill duration is only going to impact lightning emission. Yeah. Regardless, I'm going to go back to leveling Sharon. We need to do... I don't think you get much experience by doing Void Intercept battles. Like, if you're looking for Descendant grind experience, you're probably going to be wanting to do the defense missions. But we do have 2 of those amorphous materials now. What did we get? Descendant skin, chest attachment. Oh, we got the bunny ear strap. The bunny ear strap is also only usable on Bunny. Is that actually the case? Let me just triple, quadruple check that. Like, if I want to use the bunny ear strap on Sharon, okay, we can. Okay, thankfully. So the teddy bear, I did double check it. That is not the case. I was about to say, like, how many exclusive cosmetics are going to just be for Bunny? We also got a paint skin. Now, we have a premium skin for the gangster. I don't know how to check your paints aside from looking at a premium skin, which is a little bit ridiculous because when I look at the customize tab, when I unlock a new paint, it gives me a red dot. And if I'm looking at Sharon's default cosmetic, the body skin, I can't actually see my paints. So I can't get rid of that red dot unless I look at a premium skin. I saw a guy yesterday that had an infinite run build on Bunny with the range of the shock pretty far. Infinite run plus infinite shock. Yes. That is like the end game Bunny build, which we are angling for. I think Narcissism looks like it could be that kind of thing. As for the infinite shock would come from making sure that the cooldown of lightning emission is shorter than the duration. So it lasts longer than the cooldown. Oh, we were gonna do the Void Intercept battle. I think it's the Executioner, right? For the Valby Enhanced Cells blueprint. This is very strong against electric as well. But it's also level 34, so we're good. But yeah, I can understand that. Definitely can understand that. His energy bar never went down ever? Interesting. Well, which energy bar? The electricity bar or the MP bar? Probably, well, it depends. Were they picking up MP drops on the ground? I assume if you're running around constantly killing enemies, you can out... That's why I'm like, MP duration is not something you need to worry about if you're killing enemies. Electricity bar? Yeah, that makes sense. I think Narcissism would be a part of their build, obviously. If Narcissism actually... I just shot at my teammate thinking that they were... Can I hit multiple... Nah. That does chunk, though. They are resistant to electricity. Is that... No, I don't... Can you... You can't stun a... You can't stun a... Colossus, can you? I think they already broke their shoulder. Oh, they... Yeah, I was trying to grapple onto it. It's already broken. Yeah, so, I mean, it's pretty clear that Bunny is, like, the ultimate... speedrun character, Descendant. Yeah, Valby is a 38% drop on this. So I'm just going to assume we need to do it like 10 times to guarantee the drop. You cannot stun Colossus? Okay. But if we use the Sharon Battlesuit Transcendent module, can we lower a Colossus's electricity immunity? That's a good question. Like, will this lower the electric resistance of the Colossus? Yeah, honestly, skill cost is not something I'm worried about. I'm more worried about lowering enemies' electric resistance. You can? Okay, so that Transcendent mod makes shock nuts much more usable in a void intercept battle, especially against Executioner, because they have very strong electric resistance. So that's almost like a support ability at that point. You could argue stunning is a support ability as well, to an extent. Damn, we've got a ultimate Viesa and an ultimate Bunny in this void intercept battle. And I will say, like, I'd be very skeptical if someone told me, like, oh, I ground for ultimate Viesa and unlocked ultimate Viesa. I'd be like, I don't know. Like, I think it's reasonable to just say you bought ultimate Viesa. Like, yeah, they get slammed. Like, if you're playing with multiple people that have level 80 plus on a lower level void intercept battle, like, that's what it looks like. Like, if someone said I unlocked Viesa by playing already, they would be one of the luckiest I would genuinely recommend at that point that you start playing the lottery. Like, because those 3% drop, like, we did the Asylum 25 times for a 20% drop. All I would say is I recommend playing the lottery. We just rolled a 38% drop twice. Yes. And I'm not gonna poo-poo on anyone, like, for buying Ultimate Viesa or Ultimate Bunny. But I will start to poo-poo on people who lie about whether they just outright bought Ultimate Viesa or ground for it. Like, that's like, I'm strongly considering buying Ultimate Viesa. I will be honest. It was close. Yeah, there's a way to get up and above that. That's really interesting. That's how you know you're with a bunny player who's done a speedrun of this mission like 50 times. If they immediately jump over the barrier in the beginning of this mission. That's pretty fantastic. Hopefully the devs don't find out about that. That's all I'm saying. That's the kind of patch, like, there have been I will say, there have been a couple updates to this game where they have not admitted, well, not admitted, but they haven't released any patch notes, even though, like, I updated a 100 megabyte update. There are going to be changes they make to this game that make it much longer and more difficult to get certain things. Like some of the speedruns for, like, the Asylum, I don't know. I feel like it's in an okay place, though. I really feel like the amount of time it takes to get, like, the amount of time it took me to get Sharon, like, that felt okay. It felt okay. But they're not going to publicize, like, I feel like they're not going to publicize some of the changes in it. Because it's going to make people... See, all I'm going off is the fact that on Steam my game updated, but I didn't see any patch notes. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Now, maybe they released the patch notes on the website or something. Like, maybe I'm missing it. So just take all of what I just said with a serious grain of salt. But no doubt, I mean, there are going to be changes to this game that people don't like. There is a very high potential for stuff like that. Like, not everything the devs do is gonna be everything. It's nothing they do is gonna please everyone. That's how I'm gonna put it. That's how I'm gonna put it. If I don't get knocked down and I use my ultimate, there we go. Standing right next to the explosive barrel. Very smart. Yeah, those bubbles are crazy. That effect is crazy. The shock nuts bubble is actually a little bit distracting, actually. But yeah, this is a part of the Valby grind. We could do the Haven. Let's switch it up. Let's do the Haven, and then we'll do... No, wait, didn't we already get... No, the last thing we're looking for is Blair's Spiral Catalyst, right? Yeah. So, we got Blair code. As far as where we're progressed in the main quest, we got the Blair code, like, second try on this mission. The Spiral Catalyst... I wouldn't be surprised if we have to do this another 5 to 10 times, given my experience with the Sharon Spiral Catalyst. But thankfully, we got that second Valby piece pretty quickly. We only had to roll that, I think, twice. But that's a part of it. Like, I would have been ready to do that multiple times over. Like, we're playing it. We're enjoying it. I feel like an overarching goal... Well, it depends. So, before I say this, I will give it the preface of... We'll see how many Descendant slots they give you. We'll have to check that. Because as far as what I was about to say, saying I want to unlock all of the Descendants, if there's not enough inventory space, we have to think about that. Like, yeah, like a nice, optimistic, idealistic goal is that over time, you know, if we end up playing this game for hundreds of hours, we'll unlock all of the Descendants, right? But depending on whether we have to, like, pay, and depending on how much you have to pay and how many slots there are, like, that is something to seriously think about if your goal is to unlock all of the Descendants, because that may not actually be possible unless you increase your storage capacity, which I don't know how I would feel about. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. But yeah, this Sharon Transcendent mod is actually not bad, because it definitely makes it more usable for Colossus runs, because you can't stun Colossus. But if you can lower their electric resistance, that's very good. As far as, like, meta goes, like, as a PSA for my live streams and my YouTube channel, nice, we got that. there is a game that's coming out today, later today, in about, actually, like, what, 5 hours, 4 hours? Called Once Human. And depending on how that goes, I still haven't firmly decided. But as a PSA, there is a chance, a solid chance, that I will be streaming Once Human. Once Human is it's an interesting game. It's made by NetEase, which is a Chinese developer. It is a mobile, they are trying to release it on mobile. I am not being paid to promote it at all. I'm just strongly considering playing it because I did play during the open beta. I will not be putting any money into the game. And I am going to probably have to play it on Windows 10, given the fact that the game doesn't have any type of Proton Linux support, unlike the first Descendant. But that's just a general PSA. So, Once Human, to describe the game, I kind of got that clarity out of the way as to what it is and why I'm still debating. It is a looter shooter survival MMO, looter shooter survival crafting MMO. And I played the beta, I think about a month ago. So I'm strongly considering playing on the full release. Supposedly they're not releasing the mobile version alongside the full release. It definitely doesn't sound good. I'll say stuff like that from a developer doesn't sound good. When they plan on releasing it on a platform and they're like, oh, we're not going to be able to do it, doesn't sound good, but we may give it a try. That's the disclaimer. We're going to give it a try. There's more Descendants coming and bosses as well. Heard it on a Q&A. Nice. Yeah, I look forward to seeing what they release moving forward with regard to this game, because I've enjoyed my time in this game quite a lot. We are well into 60 hours at this point. Yeah, I think regardless of where you move, you still get spawned here. That's a little bit of like something they might want to think about. Because if you get here first, and I'm like over here, why would I spawn back there? You know? That doesn't happen on every infiltration mission either. But yes, I look forward to seeing what the devs are capable of pulling off moving forward for this game. I do preface everything I say in regards to speculation with, that is my hopium take. Joking about hopium being like, I hope that these things happen. I have no idea as to whether they'll actually be able to do it successfully. But I do have some hope for the future of this game, given what I've experienced in about 60 hours of gameplay. It will be interesting to see. It's going to be 50 days until the next season begins. Oh no, those enemies are so rough. That stop you from using your abilities. That one had an ability that stopped us from using our abilities nearby it. And it had the immunity as well. Yeah, I use it right as they, yeah, so Ajax's shield bubble here is actually good. Ajax's shield bubble in general is good. Yeah, very nice. I'll lower their electricity immunity as well. Yeah, so I'll test it. I'll try and hit the orbs with Sharon's Q ability. I think I missed it. That seems pretty difficult. The thing with Bunny's lightning emission is that you can actually just hit the orbs in the air with the AoE So you're just constantly doing damage. Yeah, we can cancel it. If we didn't get the shot off with that, we could have canceled it. But as far as my abilities go, here, we'll go invisible and get them up. Dude, I pressed X and then it stopped me. It stopped me and then they got them up. That's so weird. They also mentioned trading. It would be not bad. Having trading in this game let's see what happens if I use my D ability on the orbs. Yeah, it targets the orbs. Nice. You haven't messed with our launcher at all. I wonder if the launcher will... No. So it doesn't seem to like this launcher is homing onto the orbs. I've just been maining the Thunder Cage, and honestly, I'm like, why am I not trying different stuff? But yes, trading would be very good. It would be interesting, though. It would be interesting. I personally think that they could implement it in a way that is good. It would be interesting. Yeah, we got 2 ultimate external components. As far as doing this mission goes, we did not get the Blair drop, but that's fine. That's for the Blair Spiral Catalyst, I believe. Yeah, not sure if that's trading in items or other items or being able to trade items with friends that may not have certain things. Yeah, the way that they implement it would drastically make it better or worse depending on how they went about implementing it, right? Because if they do it in a very restrictive way, it would suck. And I think it would be a waste of time. But like, for instance, when I was grinding for the Sharon Spiral Catalyst, I actually got the Sharon drop and I got the Valby, or no, the Eugen First Aid Kit Transcendent mod. So, like, I was immediately, like, in my mind, I got this Transcendent drop, but I haven't gotten the Spiral Catalyst. It's like, immediately, I'm like, I would trade this, for sure. I don't see the developers going full-blown, like, you can buy Caliber and then trade Caliber between players. I don't see that happening. That's just, like, my realistic outlook. I think that it being Nexon and seeing like the energy activator in the shop for 1200 caliber, I don't see that happening. If I'm being honest. Like, this is the thing that makes me, this right here is the thing that makes me think that they are not gonna let players yeah, we're talking $25. If you want 1200 caliber, $20 for the 1000, and then that extra 200 is going to be $5. Like, that's if I'm just being brutally, flat out, blatantly obvious and honest. I don't think there is any reason to hold on to any type of hope when it comes to letting players trade caliber. I would just cast that out. Like, I don't think it's gonna happen. Could I be wrong? Maybe. We'll see. We'll see. Like, I've been wrong many times in the past, but that's just my personal outlook on that. And I'm not hopeful about that either. Like, I'm not like, oh, I hope they let me trade Caliber. Yeah, these are much lower level. The stuff we're using, like, look at that defense. That's absurd. I can't even consider, yeah, the gold drop rate, sure, whatever. But at this point, it's like the gear, the external components we have is amazing. Anything below level 80, I probably just won't even look at this point. That's kind of where we're at. But the one hopium realistic thing that I will kind of bring up is the release battle pass being mid at best. The fact that it's mid, the hopium speculation is that they held on to some really good, like, backpacks, cosmetics, other stuff for season 1, right? Because this is the preseason. 50 days for them to set up a very good season 1 battle pass, season 1 shop cosmetics. Again, all of these in the shop, like, if you look at, I rarely look at the skins, but all of these have 50 days on them. Like, I don't know, what are they going to do after 50 days? Are you no longer going to be able to get any of these? Like, if I want the Panda Bundle in 52 days, can I not get the Panda Bundle? Yeah, I don't think they're allowed you to trade stuff like that they sell in the store. Yes. Other items, you may have duplicates, like blueprints and other miscellaneous things. Yes. See, that would be reasonable. That would be reasonable. Like, okay, I have 2 of these Valby stabilizer blueprints. You know? Cap, if I want maid outfits, I will always be able to obtain maid outfits. That's the thing. That's a legit question. If you want the maid uniform or the Panda Bundle or the dinosaur set, am I not going to be able to get the dinosaur set in 52 days? That's the thing. Like, I'm personally holding off on, like, getting any cosmetics until they release, until I see what they do in 50 days, because there are a lot of bugs, there's a lot of performance issues, there's a lot of rough around the edges. Like, the game is unpolished. It needs more polish before I even consider. And the dinosaur set, 450, oh, that seems so cheap. No, 450 caliber, you have to spend $10. 500 caliber is $10. When I played the crossplay beta, I was like, oh, it'll be $1 for 100 caliber. No. No. It is $1 for 50 caliber. You only get 50 caliber for $1, not 100. It is half the ratio that I thought it would be. And then with the lack of the polish in the game, I'm like, yeah, we're going to be patient. So the premium skins here don't have a date on them. They don't have 50 days, right? So like Kyle's Desert Wanderer, you'll be able to get this after 51 days if you want this. I have 2 spiral things per character when clearly only need 1. Exactly. Would be cool to just give that to my friend. Exactly. Now, here's the thing. Like, we have to remember this from a bird's eye view. If we're really speculating, Nexon is really aiming to make a good amount of money with this game. Like, it's very obvious. They put a lot of effort into this game. Nexon just released Warhaven several months ago. That game is already gone. You want to play Warhaven? You can't. Done. Gone. They shut it down. Nexon. The game didn't make enough money. They shut it down. So from a bird's eye view, as far as like giving players the ability to trade, if you can trade and it makes it more convenient to unlock certain things, then that's, if we're being brutally honest, that's going to result in them making less money. Like, I would not have to even consider, again, it's going to, I'm not going to vouch for Nexon at all. I don't recommend putting any money into this game. They have to make it worthwhile, because these cosmetics, the battle pass in particular, is not great. Like, they need to do better. So we'll see moving forward. I've been enjoying, I have 60 hours in this game. I personally got the battle pass, even though I don't recommend it for the average player. The ultra precision code analyzer is another thing that I'm like, yeah. Yeah. This directly relates to the fact that this right here in the shop is $25. Directly relates to it. Like, you really want to know how to get this thing? They give you two options: ultra random RNG grind or $25. It's pretty clear, you know, what they're setting up. And I did have someone come in earlier, like, not poo-pooing on anyone, but yes, that is going to be something that players are like, how do I get these things? Like, you don't get them. They just drop randomly when you're doing other things. I think they're going for the furniture always going out of business liquidation sale tactic. That is, yes, another concerning thing. Because, again, like, they worked on these cosmetics. A lot of these cosmetics are limited for 50 days. What happens after 50 days? Like, what happens after 50 days? Is the dinosaur set getting vaulted? Are you going to come out with, like, another better dinosaur set? That's what I hope for. But whatever. I'm going to leave it here. I've been streaming just over 3 hours. I may very well stream Once Human later today. I am going to take a break. Yesterday, I streamed this game 10 hours. I am enjoying my time in this game. I recommend playing this game. I don't recommend putting money into this game until we see what happens after 50 days. Then I will maybe change my recommendation. But I have 60... Let me check. I currently have 64 hours of decently enjoyable, mostly enjoyable gameplay. So that is the testament to the gameplay. But yes, thank you all for hanging out. If you've been enjoying my live streams, please consider liking and subscribing, and I will be on in the future. Thank you.